Welcome to Vlogmas. I don't even know what day it is, y'all. I do know today's the 16th, but I don't know what day this makes a Vlogmas. I had to take a mental health check yesterday, and today I am on the verge of absolutely, emotionally crying and losing my crap. There's just so much going on. So, without showing you the paperwork, I will, however, show you the envelope because the envelope don't have any of my information on it, but because of my disability, I've been on Social Security for ever since I was 2. And the Social Security helps pay, okay, so I have full coverage through insurance, but it helps pay with things that I can't pay for, if that makes any sense. So Social Security sent me a letter that I have to send everything back in this. And part of that is my appointments, and I have to go to them, and which I know I have to, but my thing is I'm on the verge of crying because I don't even know where to begin. So I'm gonna go back, way back, about 7 years ago, before Aubrey was born. So 7 years ago, and I'm only going back this far for this whole reason. I've had chairs, mobility aid chairs before, but 7 years ago, I needed another updated chair. I went through Patient Aid. Patient Aid was fantastic. Well, I had some issues with them, but Patient Aid was really fantastic in giving me a chair that met my needs. It was the push assist wheelchair, and it was great. The only thing was my ex-husband sold it when we split, and he was supposed to bring it to my grandparents' house, and he did not. He sold it. So I had to go through Children's again and file a police report and everything. And that was when I met, I'm not gonna say his name, but that was when I was met with numotion, and my rep for numotion. Now, I was supposed to get another wheelchair with the push assist rims. I was told by this man that they do not make those chairs and that it would not meet my needs. So he told me that I can get a smart drive. And when you're talking to wheelchair representatives and you're talking to people that specialize in this of meeting mobility aids and what would be best for you and customs and everything like that, you tend to trust them. And I got a smart drive. I think it was a smart drive MX2. And that thing was dangerous. When I test drove one, I couldn't control it, and he was like, hey, it takes time, blah, blah, blah. This thing did not take time. Did not. In 2018, I got my new power chair, or my new wheelchair. It was a manual with this smart drive on the back. The smart drive was so freaking dangerous and deadly. I could not drive it. Could not. It was a double tap to start, tap to set speed, double tap to turn off, and it was a bracelet that you wore on your wrist. The buttons on it, I could not physically push the buttons to set the speeds. I could not do anything with it. So he was like, hey, how about you get this bracelet? And I do not have it by me, but basically it was one that you bought off Amazon. It was like a smart watch. And instead of setting it, well, you have to set it to your phone for the app for the smart drive, but you use it for that. So I ordered this stupid thing. It still did not work. I was getting, even with the double tapping, trying to stop it, I was running out into the middle of the streets. I was flipping over, it would just randomly stop and flip me. It would keep going, and I would run right into the van. I would run right into, actually, when Lex was 3 or 4 months old. I want to say he was about 3 months old. I hit him with it. Like, the foot plates went right up on his legs and almost to his stomach. Like, I had to jerk it back and push, like, stop me. Thank God he doesn't remember it, but I do. I've split open my fingers. I actually have a wilted bump right here on my finger. That's a scar. And I have a scar right here from it. And I have a couple of scars, honestly, from it. But I've sprained a couple of my fingers using that thing, and enough was enough. Like, enough was enough. So I got a hold of, when I went back to Children's for another appointment, I was telling them, like, this thing is dangerous. I don't want it. And they were ticked off. They was like, you was not supposed to have the smart drive. We don't approve of the smart drive. The smart drive should have never been an option. By no means it should have been an option. So once again, I got another prescription to get a push assist wheelchair. I myself was thinking, a power chair would be good. I was like having fears of slicing my fingers open again, even though, like, I know that the push assist rims don't have the slices on them, and it's set directly to your needs. So Jason, while we were there, was like really pushing the issue to get the power chair once again. And because I was thinking it, I was like, all right, let's go with it. I had to have one that was narrow enough to come in my house, so my options were limited. But he said that this Stretto Edge 3 would have been perfect and everything. And let me tell you this. Okay, so I haven't been seen by children since 2020. You have 3 years to be seen, and then, like, they wipe you out. So my plan was I was going to go back to Children's in 2021. Well, 2020, I get my prescription and everything, get it filled out, get fitted for the chair, blah, 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 wait for it to be delivered, blah, 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 blah. Jason comes to my house with the chair, and it was great at first. And then instantly afterwards, it was February of 2021 when I got this chair. I will now have it for 2 years and 2 months. So I've had it for a year and 10 months. As of like April or May, after having this chair, I would be in the store and I would go to raise it so I could reach the shelves. It was one of the things that came with the chair. It would stop. It wouldn't let me lower. It wouldn't let me do anything. I'd be stuck in that mode. I'd have to turn it on, off, and then wait and turn it on, off, and then lower it. Not convenient when people are trying to shop. Not convenient when you have children. Not convenient when you're trying to be independent on your own. Not convenient. And then I started having issues with it not long after, where I would randomly get stuck. I would get stuck on the ramp. It wouldn't let me do anything. I'd get stuck in the house. It wouldn't let me do anything. I would be going. I could go this far. I can go this far. I can go like half a block. I can go less than half a block. It would randomly just beep at me. It'd go beep, beep. And then it would act like it's charging. And I couldn't move it. A lot of the times when this has happened, I was sitting in the middle of a busy road. Cars flying by, trying to get around me. I couldn't move, couldn't do anything. I had Lex on my lap, who was an infant and a toddler. And it was crazy bad. I'd have to turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, wait, turn it off, turn it on. I would be able to go about 6 feet, at least this point. I'm on the sidewalk, and it would do it to me again. Go 2 more feet, do it to me again. Go 3 inches, 3 or 4 inches, do it to me again. It wasn't reliable. I finally got somewhere with numotion. They said that they'd send somebody out to look at it. They didn't have any issues with it. I even sent video clips to Jason of the issues that this chair was doing. Videos of the screen and everything, and they have somebody come out. They said there's nothing wrong with the chair. They can't find anything wrong with it. Send somebody else out, can't find nothing wrong with it. Send somebody else out, can't find nothing wrong with it. Can't find nothing wrong with it. Can't find like one thing after another. At one point I couldn't even go up like ramps that are like divots in the sidewalk to get up onto the sidewalk. You know how like they're made for like wheelchair users and strollers and stuff. Couldn't get up that. Super shallow, no like nothing. Like it could be just simply flat on the ground. Couldn't do that. Couldn't do slightly. Couldn't do anything. I had somebody come out because I couldn't even get to go up my ramp. It would just spin. And they were like, well, you have to put it all the way down into position, and it has to be flat, and blah, blah, blah. It was flat. It was not moved. It would not move. We couldn't even take it out of manual to push it. So at one point in time, it was outside on my sidewalk, my personal sidewalk, covered, until we got, it was my mom, Daniel, my aunt, my cousin, and there was somebody else. I want to say it was one of our neighbors. We all got it to be pushed. Like, we had to push it in my van, move the van, put the van up against my shed, open up the double doors on my shed, and get it to go in there. Guy comes out, couldn't get it to move out my shed. Then he finally got it to move. And then he finally got it to go up my ramp. He said, there's nothing wrong with it, can't find anything wrong with it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, can't you just take it with you? Like, you could not get it to move. Could not. And you're going to tell me there's nothing wrong with it. So he leaves it here, try to get hold of somebody, because he didn't even leave my driveway. And it already went from working on my porch, like moving on my porch, to I got in my front doorway and it quit. Like, I couldn't even close my door. Calling him back, he said that there's nothing wrong with it, didn't come back to even fix it, didn't even try to come back to like get me out of my situation that I was in. So I call back again, and I mean, at this point, I've called God knows how many times, and I don't know how many people has been out here. Honestly, I've lost count. But I will say, with this chair, they've replaced the batteries. That's all they've done. They replaced the batteries. And I still have issues with this chair. Do I have anxiety with taking it out and about? Yes, I do. Why? Because I don't want the same things to happen again. Will I drive it around my home? Yes, because I know if it breaks down in my home, it's in my home. I'm not stuck in the middle of the road away from my vehicle. My kids are stuck with me. I'm stuck leaving it for somebody to steal. I'm stuck at the store. I'm stuck out in the middle of a park. I'm stuck stranded anywhere. Like, I'm not stuck and stranded. So anyways, going back to these, oh, well, okay, let me explain this chair. So somebody was just out here on the 28th of November. I think his name was Kevin, if I remember correctly. He's one of the same people that has serviced my chair before, and I'm pretty sure he's the guy that put the batteries in my chair. I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm like 90% sure. But anyways, he said that he was going to order a new joystick, new cables, new wires, new wheels, new batteries, new charger, new, there was something else, I can't remember, but basically all new stuff. However, when I called yesterday about it, before I got these Social Security papers, when I called yesterday about it, just to like kind of ideally know what's going on, she said that some of the parts will be here, like October and November of 2023. Some of the parts will be here 2024. I cannot wait that long for some parts for my chair. Like, it's uncalled for. Like, I know it's like first world problems and everything, but that is my independence. That's my mobility with my kids. I'm tired of being stuck in this house. I'm tired of when I want to go do the simplest things, I get wore out and I constantly have to take a break and I'm out of breath. Um, I'm tired of it. I'm so overwhelmed that I am emotionally done. I'm done. It doesn't help my anxiety. It does not help my depression. And now I have PTSD over taking this stupid thing out and about because I don't want to go through it. I don't want to go through it again. So going on to the Social Security papers. Last night I got these papers in the mail and they're trying, like, y'all can hate me for being on Social Security. Y'all can say whatever you want. Like, I don't care. But because of Social Security and because of my Charcot-Marie tooth, my neuromuscular disease, I need those to. I need the Social Security to get the benefits with my insurance to cover my day-to-day expenses of my my mobility aids, my bracelets, my appointments that I need for it, my physical therapy, my everything with it. Like, that's I need that. I need that because a stupid freaking chair alone was $30,000. $30,000 for that stupid chair, and it doesn't even meet my needs. Had it ran, and numotion did what they were supposed to, it could have been done and fixed or replaced a year ago. So, anyways, I got a hold of Children's, and Children's is wanting me to, they understood everything. They don't do telehealth anymore, so I can't do that, but I have to come in. So what they're saying to do is, they're going to have somebody call me for scheduling. Because I already voiced all of this stuff. I already told them, like, my power chair is the whole reason why I have not been be able to schedule an appointment with them, because I could not physically get in. I did not know, however, and I've called them about this. I've called about the situation before, but I was never given the guidance or resources to know this. But they can help with transportation. Transportation's not my issue, but because Daniel can drive me. But they have a service where somebody comes down to your car and they pick you up and they take you to your appointment, and then they bring you back down to your car after your appointment. I was not told that. If I was told that, I would have made the appointment. Or, I had an appointment for 2021 and I had to reschedule it because I was having issues with my chair. I called and had to reschedule it again because I was still having issues with my chair. I'm thinking everything's good and fine and dandy. Had an appointment scheduled at the beginning of 2022. Once again, I'm having trouble with my chair. I had told them, I was like, you know what, I'll just call and reschedule it when everything's fixed. Well, now that I'm finding everything out about that. So anyways, I'm waiting for a call back with scheduling to get me an appointment. It's probably going to be on a Thursday. I will be seeing Rehab Medical and my doctor. Rehab Medical is going to get me some updated braces for my feet that I need, because one, I outgrew, two, they're to the point that, like, they're about to snap because I've had them for so long. Like, they're so used. Like, you know what I mean? They're, like, really used. I've had this pair since 2016, 27, 26. Hold on, I was born in 2016. I had my regular braces then, and 2017. I think I've had my braces since 2017, and you're supposed to update them every 3 to 4 years. But because they were doing so well and they were fine and they were great, like, I didn't want to have to update them again. Like, they fit my feet, they were great. But now, because they don't fit my feet after having a child and they're just even more used, and they're to the point that they're about to snap, I have to get new braces. I have to get I'm in touch with the rehab center, rehabilitation center, about getting out from underneath numotion. Like, they're talking about having them fix the chair and going through a whole nother company, because even oh god, what the heck is it called? It's the neurology department, but where I go, but their team, shoot, it's like the rehab social workers, nurses that you talk to about like concerns, and there's a certain name for it, but anyways, all of them up there was like, we do not like numotion. We've had nothing but issues with numotion. I don't even know why numotion is still through children, or why children's is funding numotion to do, like. So I'm in the process of going up there because I've been told by numotion that if I want to get my push assist wheelchair, I'm looking at $10,000 for the wheels alone, and that's not covering the chair. I don't have that money. I do not have that kind of money. And I just like, I can't, man. God, I can't. Like, I'm stressing out about this whole situation because I can't afford it. I can't. And the reason why I'd have to pay that is because I'm under the 5 years. Well, now that I'm talking to rehabilitation social worker and all that, they're going to try to get me with a new company. I will not be seeing anybody through that whole end. And try to get me a power chair, or I say power chair, try to get me a wheelchair with the push assist rims on it. That's what I'm going for. Because honestly, I think it would be best bet. It will fit in my house better. It's a lighter. I'm pretty sure you can take the wheels off of it. If it's like my old one, you can take the wheels off of it. If not, it will fit in my van better, my mobility van. I find it more beneficial, especially now, given the fact that, and this was part of it too, but one of the things wrong with the Smart Drive was my toddler would sit there, an infant, like, he trying to teach him to leave his hands in his lap. They're not gonna do that. So like, his arms would hit the wheels and the rims and the little like slits in it, and he would like slice his fingers, and it just wasn't safe. But now that Lex is old enough to walk now and he's independent, I don't have to worry about that. And physically, like mentally, I want more kids. I do. Physically, however, I don't want more kids. Finding out each time you have a child and you have CMT, your CMT gets worse. And I've noticed that. So not only is it a progressive deterioration of your muscles and your joints and your bones and, everything like that, but it worsens your symptoms every time you have a child. And I want to be able to give my kids that I have the best life that I can without having, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. But waiting for a phone call back to get an appointment on a Thursday. The social worker was saying that, the woman was saying that when the social worker is going to get it set up, that I can come to my appointment. Somebody's going to pick me up by my car, take me to my appointment, and bring me back. And I'm at the point where, like, I'm trying not to be negative, but I know, like, things, and this may sound like self-centered, it may sound like a brat or whatever, but I don't care if things don't go my way. Like, I'm not like a spoiled brat when it comes to that, but I do, however, when it comes to like medical needs and things ain't right, things should go my way. And the fact that if I'm trying to say it without sounding like self-absorbed and selfish, but I literally have a chair that does not meet my needs. And I shouldn't have to wait another 5 years to get a chair to meet my needs, especially given, Like, if it was a thing of, I picked this chair, it runs, it's great, it does everything, but I don't like it, I will wait the 5 years. I will wait the 5 years. However, I have a chair, at least 5 years. I have a chair, however, that doesn't run, doesn't do what it's supposed to, does not meet my needs. It puts me in dangerous situations. It's not okay. I feel like I should be able to get the request to get it replaced. If anything, get set up with some type of payment process where even if insurance covers half of it and I do the other half, like, I'm not saying I can afford $5,000 out of pocket, no, but I can get on a payment plan where I could pay that $5,000 or, pay it off. I'm fine with that. Because then I would still get my chair and I would be able to do the everyday life things that I would like to do. I'll tell you what, when we went to Build-A-Bear Sunday for Mason's birthday this past Sunday, I was in a lot of pain. It's not the pride in me when I say this, but Daniel could have drove. It's fine. But I wanted to drive. Okay? There was a hair on my phone, it was driving me insane. But I wanted to drive, and I drove the Texas Roadhouse. I walked in. We didn't have to go that far. I requested that we did not go that far. We went. It was fine. We sat for a while. We ate. We left. I drove over to the mall. But going into the mall and walking all the way to the elevator and down and all the way down to Build-A-Bear, or all the way over to Build-A-Bear, and then having to stand there because there was no place to sit. I physically couldn't do it. I was leaning on the counter. I was getting lightheaded. I was getting dizzy. Like, my whole body was, in a funny way, my whole body was trying to take a screenshot. Like, my back was killing me. It was like having a sciatic nerve, but it was my whole entire body. My ankles were getting weak. My feet were starting to go numb, and like they felt like they were on pins and needles. My hip was just out of control, even hurting. Like, my hip always hurts, but it's my whole body. And had I have had my power chair, I could have done, or any assistance of any medical device that is suited for me and my needs. It wouldn't have been that bad. On the other hand, to then go there, and I was like, babe, I looked at him, I was like, I have to sit down. So I was like, let's go over to the kids zone, or to like the play area zone, and the kids can play. Well, come to find out, Aubrey and Mason's too big for it. I knew Mason was too big for it. It was completely packed, and Lex did not want to play. He was tired and grumpy at that point. So I was like, all right, I'll man up and we'll walk on. Walked over to the elevator. I was like leaning in the elevator, like halfway about to pass out. We got out, walked until the first bench, and I sat down. I sat, made it to sat there for about 20, 30 minutes, got back up, walked over to the food court and sat back down, and then I was like, babe, you're gonna have to drive home. I can't. And I was in so much pain, and honest to God, I was recouping till yesterday. Like, it was so bad. So, I need my devices to do that, but I'm also stressing out about the fact that I have to get hold of Social Security Monday when they open and find out if there's any paperwork missing and when exactly do I have to have these paperwork back, because like when they schedule appointments out, they schedule it way on out for children's, and I'm trying to get into the closest one that they have. So yeah, I don't want to have to go and reapply for Social Security and anything like that in between, because I shouldn't have to. And this video is almost 30 minutes long, and I'm on the verge of crying and freaking out. But needless to say, do not go through numotion. Just don't. I'm probably going to take a nap or a shower or probably a bath, honestly. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I physically, mentally, I want to take one, but physically, I don't think I could stay in the shower, and physically, I don't think I'll be able to get back up if I sat in the tub. This is a depressing video, I know. And I know I haven't made like full eye contact with you guys, but I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying to like remember everything and tell you guys. I don't know. But I'm gonna hop off of here. Sorry about like the bad vlogmas video. I apologize, but it is what it is. I'm giving y'all an update, and I'll see y'all in a little bit. Bye guys.